Hello friends, today I am bringing you a step-by-step video tutorial for another fun interactive card. This card is called Magic Slider card. First, I am going to make the frame that will be glued to the card base. The card size will be 5.5 by 5.5 inch. So, I am making the frame about half an inch smaller than that. The size of the larger die is 5 by 5 inch and the smaller one is 3.5 by 3.5 inch in size. Then I run everything through my die cut machine. These are the stamps that I am going to use on my card today. So I place them inside the frame to plan the scene. Off the camera, I used the larger die that I used to cut the frame and die cut a white cardstock. Then, I cut an acetate sheet that is same as the white card in size. As I have planned before, I am stamping the images on the card. Here, I am using my stamp positioner that I made in an earlier tutorial. If you have not watched that before, find the link in the description below. It is important to place the white card in a corner of the stamp positioner because we will need to stamp the same images in the same places on the acetate sheet as well. Now I am using StayOn ink to stamp on the acetate sheet. I am stamping the same images on a masking paper. If you like to learn how to make a masking paper like this, you can find the link to that tutorial in the description below. Now I am fussy cutting the masks. For today's coloring, I used my brush tip watercolor markers and a water brush. Now I am applying the masks over the colored images. I am going to create the background now, and first working on the ground. Here I am using 2 shades of green. Today I am using Memento Dewdrop ink pads. You could use whatever dye inks you have. Then blend in ink to create the sky. After finishing the background, I am removing the masks. Now it is time to the sentiment. I have placed the frame on top of the colored panel, so I can position my sentiment stamp properly. Now I am going to adhere the acetate sheet to the frame. I placed the acetate piece in a corner of the stamp positioner, as it would make aligning the frame with the acetate piece easy. I am applying some double-sided tape around the frame. After removing the release paper, I am placing the frame on acetate piece carefully. Now I am stacking 2 strips of cardstock, which are about 1/4 of an inch wide. These strips will make a track to our slider part, which I will make later. Now I am gluing these strips to the sides and bottom of the colored panel. Now to make the slider part. It should be slightly wider than the opening of the frame. I cut it using white cardstock. Then I am gluing a little strip to the bottom of the slider. This is the stopper that keeps the slider pulling all the way out when we pull it. A barrier is also required on top of the colored panel to stop the slider. So, I am gluing small pieces of strips like this. Now it is time to assemble the magic slider. I am using thin strips of double-sided tape around the track. After partially removing the release paper from the tape, I am popping in the slider part. Aligning the frame and the panel is very important. Images on the acetate sheet should be perfectly aligned with the images on the panel. Otherwise, it will ruin the magic of this card. Now, I am fully removing the release paper of the tape. Then I am cutting off the excess part of the slider. I felt that blending some color onto the frame will make it more outstanding. So I am using wilted violet distress ink on the frame. You can see I have added a tab on top of the slider panel of the camera. As the final step, I am mounting this onto the card base. This is a 5.5 by 5.5 inch top folding white card, and I covered the front with a design paper. And it finishes off our card. This is how it works. So, I hope you enjoyed my video today. I will meet you soon with another video. Till then, bye.